Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Welcome into today's episode. Time of recording, it's the 30th of December, New Year's Eve, tomorrow, and the perfect day to quit drinking the next day, 1st of January, New Year's resolution day. So that's what I want to talk about today. New Year's resolutions, go sober months, and all those other appointments to go sober that are in the year. Do they work? Are they worth doing? Or are they best avoided? Let's talk about it today. Now, before I do, don't forget, help me out here. Like and subscribe to the video, and don't forget to click the bell button below that gives you the updates when I release a new video. So, this time of year, this kind of festive time of year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, is a really quiet time for any stop drinking expert out there, because this period of year is like Fridays and dieting. Diets never start on a Friday, ever. Perhaps there never has been a single diet that started on a Friday, because diets start Monday, don't they? It's the law. And the reason diets start Monday is it gives you a perfect excuse to go crazy over the weekend. And the reason people don't quit drinking in December is because they have a perfect excuse to put it off, to procrastinate. So it's a very quiet time of year for me. Nobody really seems to want to quit drinking in December, and I get it, because the marketing around this drug has latched onto this over decades. And now alcohol and Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve have become so ingrained with each other that you can't separate them. And indeed, if you try and go sober in the middle of December and tell all your friends and family, I've decided to quit drinking, I guarantee you they'll all go, what, now? In December? Are you mad? How can you have Christmas without alcohol? Start in January. Hey, you can have it as a New Year's resolution. Now, look, I don't know what the official number is. I don't suppose anyone really knows, but I know it's low. And that is the percentage of New Year's resolutions that actually really make any sort of difference. By middle of February, I don't care what your New Year's resolution is, most people have let it slip, have let it go, whether it's stopping smoking, losing weight, dealing with your finances, cutting down on your debt, or quitting drinking. They're not sustainable goals because they're all based with willpower at the center of them. There's no science, there's no logic, there's no new thinking or new behaviors. It's just an arbitrary statement based on a date in the calendar. Now, if you're a problem drinker and you're drinking heavily on a daily basis, it might sound laudable to say, my New Year's resolution this year is to quit drinking. Nobody's going to criticize you for that. And it sounds, great, good intentions, but it's worthless. As a statement, it's pointless, it's worthless, it has no value at all, because you might as well say my New Year's resolution is to ignore gravity from now on. I'm not going to abide by the law of gravity anymore. That's my New Year's resolution. It doesn't matter what you say, because as long as your programming around this drug remains intact, you will eventually go back to alcohol. Because you'll feel like you're depriving yourself. You'll feel like you're missing out. And every time you try and quit drinking using willpower, by telling yourself, by ordering yourself that you're not allowed to drink anymore, you force this internal civil war to go on. Because the addicted part of you, whether it's physically addicted or psychologically addicted, wants to drink alcohol. It's all it wants to do. And the willpower side of you is saying, no, you can't. But the problem is that it's not 50-50. These are not two evenly matched armies that are battling each other in this civil war that's going on in your head. Because your subconscious mind, where your programming, where your addiction lives, is infinitely more powerful than the part of your brain where your willpower lives. And it's not even like 80% to 20%. It's like 99.9999% to 0.1%. It's not even a battle. It's not even a match. It's like trying to move a mountain with a spoon. You can spend for ages doing it. You'll never make any progress. So My thoughts on dry January, go sober for October, New Year's resolutions are this. That's just kind of icing on the cake. It's just decoration. It doesn't mean anything. If you want to start your sober journey on the 1st of January this year, great. But don't assume that just setting that date in the diary means it's going to happen. Start on that date if you want to, but start reprogramming your subconscious mind on that date. Don't just say, well, it's the 1st of January now, so now I've got to white knuckle this out. Oh my God, I want to drink, but it's my New Year's resolution. I'm not allowed to. Because at some point you're going to break. Something's going to happen that gives you plausible deniability. Something is, you know how life works. It's not a linear process. It's a roller coaster ride, isn't it? There are big ups and there are big downs and there are lots of drama. And eventually, if you're using willpower, you're going to hit an incident in life where your rationale, your logic says, if I don't drink now, when can I drink? You know, something terrible can happen. Someone you love, someone very close to you can die. And all of a sudden you'll say, well, you know, my New Year's resolution to quit drinking seems pointless now. Or there'll be a big celebration. A friend of you will get a big promotion at work, or you'll win something, or your son will get, he'll graduate from university, or there'll be some reason why it's now okay to drink. So that's why it's so important that you don't just set these arbitrary points where you're going to take action. If you're worried about your drinking, the chances are better than good that the holiday season has just amplified that. The chances are good that you now are really worried, having spent Christmas probably in some sort of alcohol-fueled state. If you want to start on the 1st of January, then on the 1st of January, you start your re-education program. Whether you do a course like mine online, or you start going to AA meetings, or you start reading books on the subject, or you make sure that you're subscribed to all the sobriety YouTube channels and you're watching them every single day, just make sure that every day you are doing something that moves you closer to your goal. This is not a passive process. It's not something you can just sit back and go, well, I'm doing it. I'm not drinking, so therefore I'm succeeding. Unless you are actively engaged in the process, positively reprogramming your belief structure around this drug, you're not really making headway. You're just white-knuckling it out. And as long as you do that, at some point you're going to fail. So plot it out. Make sure that you have a list of things that you're going to do on a daily basis. And just make sure that every day you take one step further down the road of living a sober life. Now, some people say, they don't agree with me on my stance on this. And trust me, this is all about what is in your subconscious mind. This is all about programs that you have placed there over the years. Your subconscious believes that alcohol is a benefit to you because it has repeatedly seen you use it to deal with situations in life. You're feeling stressed, you drink. Now you're not so stressed. You're feeling anxious, you drink. Now you're not so anxious. You've got stage fright and you're nervous, you drink, and now you're a bit more chilled out and relaxed. And your subconscious has watched this and gone, okay, so the solution to anxiety is alcohol. Let's program that in. The solution to stress is alcohol. Let's program that in. And so on and so on. Now, the thing about the subconscious mind is it never questions. It never says, hey, are you sure? It never says, I'm not so sure that's the right thing you should be doing. It just completes programs that already reside within itself. And that's kind of a life-saving process, really. Because, if you're crossing the street and a car comes hurtling towards you, you don't really want your subconscious mind to go, how do you feel about this situation? What do you think we should do? You just want it to act as quickly as possible and implement a program called Save His Life or Save Her Life. And that's what it does. So, I always say at boot camp to people, I say, if you're drinking to chill out, if you're drinking to get that buzz, to get that sense of euphoria, then why don't you use heroin? It's much better. It's a much better drug if that's what you want. If you want euphoria, then heroin, the high there is massive. Why don't you use heroin? And the answer is because your programming in your subconscious mind about heroin is perfectly aligned. You understand at a profoundly deep level that adding heroin into your life would be a mistake. And you're right. The reason you want to drink alcohol is because your programming is out of sync. It's out of whack. It's not right. And so I encourage you, if you've previously had New Year's resolutions to quit drinking, forget about that. It's garbage. It's pointless. It's irrelevant. Start whenever you want. Start today, start tomorrow. It doesn't matter. But start in an intelligent way. Start your re-education program from that point and forget about the date. It doesn't matter. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please don't forget, comment below. I'd love to engage and see how I can help you out. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell button so you get the updates as well. Thanks so much. See you soon. Oh, Happy New Year.
Who wants to be the next to discover how to stop drinking without willpower? Visit stopdrinkingexpert.com and grab your free place on today's coaching session.